Welcome to Vasiliki 2025. It's the end of April, just the start of May at the minute, and as you can see from the waters here, it's blue, it's sunny, it's going to be a good summer. Now I thought the first video for this summer I'd take you on a little bit of a tour of Vasiliki Bay, Vasiliki Village, and a little bit around town just to show you what's going on as we look into the distance into the waters just there. And the way I'm going to take you on a tour just now isn't on the water as normal, because although it may look a bit windy from this direction, it's only about 8 or 10 knots or so we could possibly squeeze in a light wind foil, but I'm not really going to get going. So actually I thought, let's go for a land-based cruise on an e-bike. Right, camera attached, kickstand up, and right now I'm over on the west end of the bay in Vasiliki. This hill up on my left is usually where the wind would be funneling down. And although April wind has been pretty great, I arrived a few days ago and we haven't had any wind since. The forecast changed around a little bit. A couple of days of this sort of southeasterly that's coming through at the minute, creating this rolling, swelly, mushy conditions. And then it looks like Wednesday possibly, but Thursday and Friday we're firing once again. Now, if you don't know Vasiliki, and I know a lot of people watching this don't know Vasiliki, you need a northwesterly sort of wind, west-northwest. Somewhere between 8 and 15 knots is the dream. It hits the backside of the mountain over here, the west side of Lefkada Island, funnels or fires down the hillside here, and this would be called the windward end of the bay that I'm at just now. Flatter water, a little bit gustier because you're closer to the land. It hasn't had time to clean up just yet, but a little bit flatter water, so it's sort of the balancing act of where you're going to go. And I'm on this little fire track just to come round into town. And while I'm cruising just here, I should say a bit of a thank you to HitWay bikes. This e-bike I'm cruising on just now, unusual, weird looking thing, I know, and I love it. The easiest way for getting around Vas is to hire yourself either an e-bike or a normal bike, but just some sort of a bike, or even scooters actually as well. You can rent some scooters around here. Vasiliki is quite small, but also quite spread out at the same time, depending, of course, on where you're staying. But having something as easy as this just to float around on is amazing. Cool thing about this little bike is it actually folds in half as well, so I'm going to take it on a yacht at some point. We're going to go for a bit of a sail. I can pop it down below, and then it'll fold in half, click, 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 and off I go. And actually, if you don't know e-bikes, it's a whole other discussion, really. Is e-bike biking? Is it not? Well, I'm not here to judge that. I'm just here to say that it's so easy to ride. I am pedaling, but actually I'm going to do it as light as I possibly can because the motor is doing all the work for me. And this is only in gear 2, or speed 2, assist 2 it's called. There's no twist and go on this one, which makes it road legal back in the UK, if you are thinking of getting one. Gear 2, basically it hits me at 20 kilometers an hour. A nice steady cruising speed. When we hit the promenade in a moment or two, I'll click it into gear 3 and it cruises at 25k. And it doesn't matter if it's flat, up or down. In fact, I'm about to go up a relatively steep gravel hill just here. It just does all the work for us. But that's not what you're here to watch. That's not what you're here to learn about e-bikes, although they are pretty cool and I highly recommend. We'll come back to that later. Let's tell you more about the summer then. Summer coming up. I've got 4 group clinics going on. Over the bumps just here. 4 group clinics for intermediate and advanced windsurfers. The idea is that we top out at 8 people in the group, no more than 8. We'll have light wind sessions in the morning and some high wind sessions, hopefully if the wind blows, throughout the afternoons. 5 days of coaching, at least 3 hours of coaching every single day. One-to-one coaching, video feedback coaching, and generally just making a nice group of intermediate and advanced windsurfers to progress with our skills. Intermediate is one of those huge, broad terms as well. So what I'm saying, to join the group, your minimum level must be okay at getting in the foot straps, given nice, perfect wind and weather. So if it blows, whatever you're happy in, 20-ish knots, let's say, and you can sort of just about get in the foot straps okay, that's the lower end of the group. And to be honest, you can come any level higher than that. But average sort of level is getting around calf jibes and looking to improve our calf jibes. That's generally the sort of level of the group. 4 group clinics throughout the season, like I just mentioned, and then loads of private and bespoke one-on-one or mini group sessions. So if you're coming here to Vasiliki at any point at all of my contact details are down in the description below. come back to that in a second. This is Ponty end of town, by the way. Ponty. Yes. Bars, restaurants, tavernas. I'm not going to favouritize anyone. They're all lovely. Come and speak to me face to face. I'll tell you where I tend to eat more than others. And this is now the entrance to the promenade. As you can see, at this time of season, everything's sort of umbrellas are still stacked up. Nothing's quite ready to go, which is very normal. Good morning. How are you, mate? How's things?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, I was talking to him now. Yeah. Nielsen Cosmos opening in about a week or so. Surf Hotel opening in just a few days. They're on their final preparation just now. And this here, hello, give us a wave. This, once the water is in the pool, this is where all of our clinics will be hosted this season. This is where the base is for everything. So this is going to be a beautiful bar once they get the roof back on in a few days. If you haven't rented kit, if you're looking for somewhere to stay, this is a beautiful spot. And look at that up in front. That's the view you want, waiting for the wind to come in. Don't fall in the pool. Down the front. As I keep cruising, it's quite a small community around here. Everyone knows everyone, so I'm sure I'm going to be stopped a couple of times saying hi to people. Only back for a few days, so I haven't said hi to everyone just yet. But that was Miles from Protography. If you're out on the water, you may well see a Protography flag on a boat. This means you've been snapped, and you can find out all the pictures on his website. I'll put the links into that in the description. Human Sports just here. Pretty sure there's no one here right now. Nope. Umbrellas as expected. I don't think I mentioned it, but I've actually got up into top speed just now, 25 kilometers an hour. It's not about the speed, it's about the ease of riding. I'm putting zero effort in. This is Club Vass and the Wing Centre. Club Vass itself. They've got a few weeks until they're opening. You'll find me at Club Vass now and then, moonlighting a little bit for Water Sports Nomad. Just as we're coming past Wild Wind. The dinghy centre just here, and then Healthy Options, the yoga and the fitness studios just behind me on the left there. Water Sports Nomad is an instructor training school. So for a few weeks a year, I'll step in and actually qualify new instructors to be internationally recognised within the RAA system. So if you're not sure how to get into the water sports world as an instructor, look into Water Sports Nomad. And again, all the information I'll put in the contact descriptions and everything, I'll put in the description of this video down below. Four Winds Bar, not yet open. And then we get towards town. Still happily cruising, 25k. Doesn't sound fast, but it's a reasonable speed just for knocking along at like this. So that was from west to east of the beachfront of Vassiliki. We're now coming in towards the actual village of Vass. Little spot of scuba diving on the left there. There's a big yacht just over to my right hand side. Fancy a day trip, or if you're vanning, driving, campering around Europe, you can get from Vasiliki just here over to Kefaloni, which is one of the islands you see sort of on the horizon. Well, probably can't quite see from this angle. Past the school and in towards the village. I'm going to duck inland for a second because I've got to show you the magic triangle of restaurants, let's call it. I know I said Yassi. I know I said I'm not going to be biased, but Oceans, Alex's and Patio, these three just here. Really mid-flow getting ready, but yeah, those three restaurants are like my go-to regulars in town. It's a very steep hill, by the way. I just cruised up it. Over a little step. We're now on the main shopping high street. A few little shops open, not everything ready, of course. I'll double it back round in a sec. Just a little loop through the high street. I'm now back on the same street where we just saw those magic three restaurants, the Patio, Alex's and Ocean's Fish. Amazing. And we are back on the beachfront. Yanni's Grill House, I just cruised past just there. So good, it's had many a song written about it. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, make sure you join Joe from Joyrider TV on one of his live acoustic nights at some point during your week or time here. And he'll tell you more about Yanni's Gyros shop. To the tune of the Killers. And this, watch out for the manhole cover. And that is pretty much the end of town before I then lead up and out of town towards Vasiliki Beach, which is a must visit if you're coming here at all. Vasiliki Beach, I'll put a little clip or two about it so you can see. Stunning little beach, tucked away slightly, crystal blue, golden waters. And it's a few kilometers around the corner this way. I won't take you all the way there, I'll stop just around the corner here and summarise a little bit. And the shortest summary that I touched upon just before is, I'm here in Vas all summer long. If you're making your way here, whether you've already booked, wherever you're staying, or whether you haven't booked yet and you want some help arranging accommodation or transfers from the airport, or most importantly, of course, the coaching with me, then all of my details are in the description of this video. If you're loving the look of this bike, this is the HitWay BK10. If you're loving the look of this bike, of course, follow the link. I'm going to leave that in the description for you too. But also, most importantly for all of you guys, there's going to be a whole new series of windsurfing coaching tips, both on Instagram, on TikTok, and right here on YouTube, coming out throughout the summer. If there's anything particular you think I should cover, tips, coaching, technique, anything wise with windsurfing, let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you want to know. It's a difficult question because you don't know what you don't know until you realize you don't know it. And the more you know you don't know. So with that in mind, if you're new to the channel, I hope that's not confused you too much. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I will see you here in Vasiliki at some point this summer or in future years to come, I hope.